this morning? You got me on. Hello, hello. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, children. It's so nice to see you this morning. How's the weather in Arizona? Is it cold where you are?
No.
You know, a lot of children ask me about how I can go to all the homes in just one night. And I wanted to share that with you, children. All the way over here in Arizona, the sun's shining and it's bright daytime. But if you travel around the world, over here to China, it's nighttime. So what happens is as the globe turns and it gets to be nighttime in other parts of the world, I fly right along with the night and I'm able to visit everywhere in the world. I really have 24 hours of nighttime. How about that? So that's how I'm able to visit all the homes around everywhere. Let me ask you, children, would you like to take a little trip with me today? Excellent. Now, the first place I go when I leave the North Pole, I fly all the way down to the other side of the world, to the other end of the world. I fly down all the way to Antarctica. How about that? Antarctica. Can you children say Antarctica? Very good, children. Now, because Antarctica is so cold and so inhospitable, nobody lives down there year-round. But we do have scientists from all over the world that go down there, and they stay. And this time of year in Antarctica, it's summer, but it's still very cold. So the scientists go down there, and they work, and they do projects, and do special experiments. And I go down there to visit them, to ask them what their children might like for Christmas back home. Now, there are also some special animals that live in Antarctica. Can you children tell me what animals they might be?
Yeah.
What kind?
Penguins.
Penguins, that's right. It's excellent, children, excellent. And I'll bet you children have seen a lot of movies about penguins, haven't you? Have you seen any movies about penguins, children? Yeah, parts of the penguins where they walked and they stayed up where it was real cold and protected their eggs. And then they had the cartoon about penguins. They also have seals that live in Antarctica, don't they? Yes, they do. They sure do. So after I visit the scientists and after I visit the penguins and the seals, I leave Antarctica and I take a short flight across the Southern Ocean to Australia. Can you children say Australia? Yeah, excellent, children, excellent. And you know, in Australia, they have some very special animals that live in Australia. Look, there's Australia. You know, Australia is a continent and a country, and it's surrounded by water, so it's an island as well. A continent, a country, and an island. How about that? Now, there's some very special animals that live in Australia. Can you children tell me what those animals might be? Kangaroos, that's right. Kangaroo and baby roo, exactly. And they also have koala bears. Did you children know that koala bears only eat the leaves off of a special tree? And the name of that tree is eucalyptus. Can you children say eucalyptus? Very good, children. children. Very good. That's excellent. Most of the folks who live in Australia live on the coast where it's pretty and green, because the middle of Australia is kind of dry and desolate, sort of a desert. But they do have some very pretty land, some very pretty country out there in Australia. And after I visited Australia and visited the kangaroos and visited the koala bears and visited the people who live there in Australia, I fly up north and I go to another continent, a continent named Asia. Oh, yes, it is, Asia. Can you children say Asia?
Asia.
You are so smart and so handsome and so pretty and so nice to talk to such smart, pretty children. But out there in Asia, I visit a country named China. China has more people in it than any other country in the world. China has 1 billion people. My goodness, can you imagine 1 billion people? Now in China, they also have some very special animals. Can you tell me what kind of animals live in China? Panda bears. That's exactly right, children. Panda bears. Great big black and white cuddly looking bears. And did you know that panda bears eat bamboo? And bamboo is a type of grass. So they eat vegetables. The koala bears eat vegetables, and the pandas eat vegetables. Now, how do you think these bears get so big and strong just eating vegetables? Vegetables must be very good for you. Now, there's also, in China, a long time ago, they built a great big wall. They built the biggest wall in the whole world. They built the Great Wall of China. And that Great Wall of China is so big that you could put a car on top of the Great Wall and drive a car down the wall. How about that? Can you imagine a wall that big? That must be a huge wall. Well, I guess it is. That's why they call it the Great Wall of China, isn't it? Now, in China, the capital of China is a town called Beijing. Can you children say Beijing? Beijing. Excellent. That's excellent, children. Now, after I visited China and visited the panda bears and flown over the Great Wall, the next country I like to visit in Asia is Japan. Can you children say Japan? Excellent, excellent. Now let's look at it. Let's look at Japan. Japan is a country, and it's surrounded by water, so Japan is an island as well. But it's not a continent like Australia. It's just an island and a country. And in Japan, they have some very special animals, very unusual animals. Can you children tell me what kind of animal that is up there? It does look just like a dog. As a matter of fact, some people who visit Japan call it the raccoon dog because it wears a mask just like a raccoon. But in Japan, the people who live there call it tanuki. Can you children say tanuki? Tanuki. Very good, children. Very good. In Japan,